Hello, everybody, and welcome to HRL and ARCA Championship here at Kansas Speedway for round 6 of the season. Points battle at the top of the halfway point of the season is tight between Kohler McGill and the 97 Pierce Matana in the 25. 3 points is the difference between the top two in points, so we have plenty of interest to go over the course of the race. And before we get going here, we will quickly run through the running order. On row 1, we have Kenneth Pikus and Dagan Roca. CJ Clark, Kohler McGillen round out row 2. Row 3 is Daniel Selway Jr. and Ronan Suarez. Row 4 is CJ Erdman and Jacob Smetana. Row 5, Brendan Schuett and David Pedgel. Row 6 is Dylan Smith and Rogalis. Row 7 is Pierce Matana and Ethan George.
You're a cup driver,
row,
Erdman. Come on now.
It's going to be 8, Alan Thrasher and...
I stuck at qualifying in both horsepower cars.
I've already forgotten. Fry in the 43.
I had a pretty quick lap,
and then just running down, we have Turok Richard,
to be fair,
Isaac Herr, Payson Lindsay, Shane Morris, Vicente Herrera, Landon Norris, Hunter Winkler, Joshua Levu, Braden Lucas, Michael Deach, Alex Martinez, Caleb Willett, Dakota Foot, Gary Wright, and Owen Burrows is the round out of the lineup. Pace car pulls into pit road. Kenneth Pikus leads us away. Dagan Roca on the outside. And into the restart zone, we are green flag and racing at Kansas. The field stacks up. Some people fail to get going, and David Pedgel, one of those people who had to check up hard on the start. We ride back to Carl Gaulis, who is in the middle of 3 wide. They're already fanning out. Dagan Roca fading away on the outside now. Dropped 2 positions back now, trying to stay around the outside on Daniel Selway Jr. now trying to get back to the inside. Here comes CJ Erdman up the middle in that 94 Reese's machine, and he will dive it to the middle. 3 wide, Dagan Roca on the top lane. Kohler McGill on the outside as well. The points leader trying to look for position. CJ Clark looking for the lead now, and Kenneth Pikus as they file out 3 wide behind. They jump to the apron, and look, everyone just scrabbling for positions, trying to look for whatever ground they can. Dagan Roca able to get clear of that. Packed is a little bit of contact between Erdman and McGillen in the middle as drivers fanning out, looking for grip where they can find it and getting out of the dirty air. CJ Erdman stuck in the middle of 3 wide. Daniel Selway Jr. giving a little bit of a squeeze to the 94. And on the bottom, it's a row of 390s. And Kohler McGillen dives it into the outside. Dagan Roca on the bottom. Kenneth Pikus on the outside. And CJ Clark has cleared away for the lead. I think I actually missed that move entirely. So CJ Clark leading by a solid margin already here in Kansas. And oh, they're just getting right on each other's door there. Drivers leaving each other just barely enough space for 5 positions across just a couple of tenths as Daniel Selway Jr. gets slow up the straightaway. It almost comes up into Brennan Schuett and Ronan Suarez. Suarez actually in the wall there. Will be able to get off it. Yes, he does. That's severely hurts momentum. There's a little bit of contact there between Jacob Smetana and Schuett. And Daniel Selway Jr. just trying to hold on to what he can, losing some positions and momentum here. As here comes Smetana looking to the middle, trying to find what room he can. Ooh, just getting close there. CJ Erdman now wrapping the outside, looking for momentum on Dagan Roca, and he'll find it quite easily as he gets right to the back of McGillen's bumper, and McGillen dives it into turn 3, looking for the outside momentum on Kenneth Pikus, and Daniel Selway Jr. actually coming back at Erdman now. Will he have a run off the corner? Yes, he does. Look at Smetana jumping down low there. That's Jacob Smetana looking to get up into, I believe that would be P6. We're looking for P5 up to P4. And Daniel Selway Jr. has to check up massively in the middle of the corner. Huge checkup for the 91. And they go 3 wide there as here comes CJ Erdman on the outside of Dagan Roca. Dives it in. And here's Brendan Schuett trying to make a move around the outside, getting past both of these cars who had to check up on the exit due to a mistake by Selway Jr. And Jacob Smetana still stays all the way to the inside, not allowing for any side draft whatsoever. Drivers not really wanting to hinder themselves too early. Selway Jr. dives it into the corner. He'll get clear of both Schuett and Jacob Smetana. He actually is going to get a run to the back bumper of Dagan Roca. Roca gives a little shift to the inside to try and maybe sway the move from Selway Jr., but it does not really do anything as Selway Jr. will take that position. He's not going to get clear because Roca has that momentum off the outside. The beauty of Kansas Speedway and the banking here is you can really pick just about any lane and it will work, as here comes Roca back on the outside, working the middle, trying to get something going. No run off the corner as Peter Smetana looking, I think, just got ahead of Ronan Suarez there. As CJ Erdman now looking for the position on Kenneth Pika. CJ Clark has not cleared away, drove off into the sunset just yet. I think he's actually fallen back towards that pack now as the laps run on. Yeah, Kenneth Pika is definitely catching the leader. As CJ Erdman still looking for something on the outside here to get past Color McGillen, although nothing will fall for him yet. As there it goes, Color McGillen. Okay, CJ Erdman not taking no for an answer at the moment. He's going straight into P2, gets past McGillen, the points leader, and gets past the pole sitter Pikas, and Pikas does have a run back at him because he ran the top off the exit, so he had the momentum, gets through. Pikas not able to clear down into turn 1. I think this is going to be CJ Erdman's position to hold, but no, it isn't. He just washes up, gets a little bit of understeer on the wake underneath the outside car, and here comes Daniel Selway Jr. CJ Erdman had to jump to the inside to maybe prevent a little bit of contact to stacking up. Erdman dives it into the corner, and he's going to get right to the back of CJ Clark, actually. CJ Erdman has got the speed to challenge for the lead and probably has the speed to challenge for the win. He looks at the bottom, shows his nose, and then tucks back underneath and runs to the outside. He gets the air off the right front. CJ Clark is going to want to drift up if he can without hindering himself too much to take some air off of the nose of that 94. And he will be able to hold that position for now. As here comes Jacob Smetana looking to the bottom. He's going to clear Kenneth Pikas. So this is getting tight now between the top 4. Payson Lindsay also lurking in behind us. Here comes Jacob Smetana on the bottom of CJ Erdman. Door to door down into turn 1. Does he go straight in? Yes, he does, but Erdman clears him on entry, but Jacob Smetana, using the shorter line around the corner, will be able to get through, and he'll get that position as here comes Kenneth Pikas, Payson Lindsay in tow, with Daniel Selway Jr. following him behind on the bottom. Pikas clear of Erdman now. Payson Lindsay looking to do the same. There's David Pedgel in the background lurking on the outside. He got checked up hard on the initial start and is trying to make up positions back. I think he lost 3 or 4 spots off the start, so now some quick comebacks through the field already for David Pedgel as Smetana looking to the outside, maybe looking to challenge for the lead. CJ Clark jumps up to the outside and cuts back underneath CJ Clark, and Jacob Smetana will jump to the lead. Nothing CJ Clark can do there, maybe thinking it's not a whole lot worth defending this move this early on, as I would say it arguably is. It's a lot harder to... It's a lot easier, I'd say, to build a gap here at Kansas as opposed to last week at Auto Club, where drivers really just could not break away from each other and build a gap. So everyone kind of picking and choosing their battles right now. They don't want to fight something if it's not worth it, not this early on at least, and I would imagine that that's going to hold true until about lap 60, where the moves that you make then will, greatly affect. It's 3 wide in front. CJ Clark goes around, and CJ Erdman as well.
You can't push me up into him.
Erdman, CJ Clark going through the grass. Erdman spins. Clark's able to keep it going. And because they were off the racing surface, it will remain green. CJ Clark able to rejoin the racing service. As there's a big crash, this is Vicente Herrera, the 32, and Alex Martinez with some wheel damage there. There's another car involved. Didn't see who it was. Carl Gaulis, the 73.
God, screw you.
Involved wheel damage to Vicente Herrera in the 32.
I felt like I had more room.
That likely will be the day done for the 32 car. At least I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case.
I could have been higher up, I guess, technically, but I don't know why you're trying to squeeze me that much on lap 15.
Carl Gaulis seems like it might be okay. Yeah, we get the replay here. Carl Gaulis kind of might need a chase cam here. It's Herrera. It had nowhere to go there. Just piled into the incident. Didn't really have time to slow down, it looked like. See here. Alex Martinez on the outside, loose on the top. He's trying to correct it. Can't correct it in time. And the second he turns away, I mean, kind of to me feels like a racing incident. Martinez was trying to collect the car on the outside. He collects it. You can see him stop turning on the exit. And then Carl Gaulis kind of comes up, I think, just expecting Martinez to be higher up because of that just being the natural progression of the line through the corner to wash out closer to the wall as the corner goes on. But obviously that didn't happen. It's here. CJ Erdman coming up and just making contact with Kenneth Pikus, and then Pikus getting sent into Clark. Clark obviously going for a trip through the infield with CJ Erdman going through a trip in the grass. You can see here, Pikus looks to be holding his line. Erdman just drifts up. He's half a car up now. Pikus goes up a little bit in reaction, and then Erdman just comes up more and just gives the door to the 83. And the netcode takes over on the CJ Clark incident. There was no actual contact there between, but just miscalculated by the computer as to where the cars were. And unfortunately, that significant hindrance to the 3 and the 90, or to the 4 and the 94, who got a little bit of a lucky break with the caution immediately following this.
86, you get out of the box so good.
So,
You go 5 under.
They were able to keep it going, however. I don't think it's going to be any substantial damage, maybe a scratch on the door for all 3 cars involved. But
I did not think literally everybody was going to go in.
I'm not sure that...
Great, dude.
I can imagine one person's going to be a little bit upset with that, and it'd be CJ Clark, who has a history of being vocal on the radio.
A little sketchy. I'd say you're cozy.
As you could hear after the incident as well, no matter how high he goes, and then the rest was unintelligible.
But it should be fine on the grip side of things. You just got to slow down just a little bit more, I think.
But yeah, we will
Yeah, I know.
we will track the investigation, see who's at fault for the incident.
I was just thinking I could save tires and have it set in my back pocket in case there's a late caution.
Everybody got their own schemes, brother. You got this.
So, 9 CJ Clark running around. Field is doubled up.
I will be as safe as I can, I promise.
As the 43 leads David Petchel in third, and then Jacob Smetana second, and Peter Smetana in fourth. So, cars that you're used to seeing up here at the front are getting their early runnings going, as lap 17 of 100. We're almost a fifth of the way through this race here at Kansas, as 43, 32, 42, 25, 7 is your top 5, as pace car pulls it down pit road into the restart zone. And we are racing here at Kansas once again. A great start, or great restart by the 43 of Fry, who is able to get off into a strong lead here already. A few car lengths opening up, as we have 3 cars, 3 wide. Here comes Payson Lindsay to the bottom. Pedal stuck in the middle, 3 wide. Pushes on the outside from the Smetanas. And Jacob Smetana gives the bumper, and Payson Lindsay gets into him, around him, multiple cars into the wall. Hard incident. Petchel up in the air on top of other cars, as that is a substantial incident here for multiple cars involved. Ronan Suarez, substantial damage. Joshua Believer, that seems to be okay. Shane Morris missing the front nose.
I'm assuming going to be done.
Payson Lindsay also substantial damage. You can see the car kind of hopping with the wheel damage.
Okay, 2 questions.
Man.
What the hell happened, and was that my fault?
Not entirely sure. So Payson Lindsay on the bottom. Jacob Smetana goes into the corner, gives a push to Kean Fry.
You just blocked.
Who gets right into him. Payson Lindsay, and he kind of comes down. Ooh, I don't know. That is extremely tough to call. It looks like Smetana comes down, but also looks like Lindsay was... I don't know, I guess that's just natural progression of the corner.
Putting a key in a door.
Pedgel.
That's how you pronounce my name.
Man.
Every week, boys, never fail.
So we ride on board with Jacob Smetana. Got the push from his brother, Peter Smetana. Comes down, gives the bump to Kean Fry, and kind of... Does it look like Payson Lindsay just kind of drives it in a little bit hard? I mean, that's kind of what it looks like. Might have to get the onboard from Payson Lindsay and see if that would give us a bit more information, but it kind of does look like the 7 charges in a little bit hard. Gets the push from the 83, so that does need to be accounted for. He is carrying more momentum into the corner than expected. No. I mean, yeah, that's on Smetana there, I think. I think Smetana does just come down. Obviously nothing malicious there, but just trying to make a move for the lead and get Key and Fry out of the way. But the big one here at Kansas and substantial damage to many contending cars. That was a lot of cars in the top 10. Not sure if anyone will have their days done, but I can imagine just off what we've seen from other cars today, it very well could be days done for a few drivers.
Yeah, nice 184.
We will stay around. Key and Fry still leads. With Pierce Smetana in second. Man, that's rough.
I was honestly worried that was my fault.
So
first,
pace car
I thought I was
getting
just
more
running my
laps led
line,
here
but whoever was behind me
at
had
Kansas.
so much more overspeed that
As
I didn't even mean to, but I ended up cutting them
we will
off.
go double file. Picus will jump to the outside in second or in third or fourth. Our pole sitter with Daniel Selway Jr. on the bottom there, having quite the strong race, I will admit. So happy for Selway Jr., who is, as I said, having a strong race. So everyone double file. I think maybe a mindset shift from the field, as they just saw probably one of the biggest incidents ARCA's had on a non-super speedway or short track. Lot of winning cars, a lot of potentially winning cars taken out of contention here today, as I think we had a couple of DNFs from that incident as well. But Keenan Fry leads on the bottom. Peter Smetana on the outside. Lights are off on the pace car. It will pull down pit road this time. Selway Jr. in third. Kenneth Picus in fourth, and then Color McGillen in fifth. That's your top five. Into the restart zone, and another great restart by Keenan Fry in the 43, who gets away well. The bottom very strung out, as Kenneth Picus will immediately jump to the bottom on Peter Smetana. He'll go, well, not quite through. Well, yes, he will. Smetana hangs it right on his door. He'll get the side draft and get the momentum off the corner. Possibly having a little bit of help as well from the 18, is side drafting down the straightaway, trying to hold on to some positions. Here comes Daniel Selway Jr. for the lead. To the bottom goes the 91, and Keenan Fry very slow on the top lane. Picus will be able to filter through into second, and then Smetana and McGillen looking for a way by the 43 car now as well, to try and follow the front two through. As here comes Picus looking to the bottom. He shows his nose to Daniel Selway Jr. As Brendan Schuett trying to make a move on the 18. Smetana looking underneath McGillen. As everyone's kind of falling back, he and Fry makes a little bit of a mistake off the corner. It's going to hurt his momentum substantially. They're 3 wide down the back straightaway. As here comes Smetana on the bottom of McGillen. Will he be able to get the grip on the bottom? Yes, he will. Does he clear? Not quite. Gets to, yes, he does. Peter Smetana gets ahead of Color McGillen, and Kenneth Picus now the next driver up, and then Daniel Selway Jr. will be after that for the 25 car, but I don't think that's going to be quite as easy. As welcome Dylan Smith to the booth.
Hi.
What is how's the car feeling out there? Before, I'm not sure what happened. Did you get caught up in that last incident?
The car feels dead.
Gotcha.
There is no car. There's car, but no point bringing car back out.
Gotcha. Admittedly, I didn't even see you in that. It's Kenneth Picus and Peter Smetana make door-to-door contact. That's going to open the door for McGillen
3
on
wide.
the bottom. Here they go. He's going to get a push.
Oh, the 18, a big push.
Stewart's going to get to the back of the 97. They're 3 wide down the back straightaway into turn 3. Picus has to back out. Dangerous moves going on here. Smetana trying to hang it on McGillen's door or quarter panel. Can't quite do it. He's got the run off the corner. Look at Brendan Schuett running in fourth. A great run for the 09. He jumps to the bottom, maybe looking to help the 97. But doesn't quite go for the move, as a 66 of Owen Burrows on the bottom, looking to make some moves on the front runners here. As a push to from the 18 to the 25, they are racing as if it's not a quarter of the way through. Oh, we might go for wide here.
Bottom. Oh, they're contact!
Contact door! As I think CJ Clark might have gotten underneath the 25 and unsettled the rear of that 25 car.
Just kind of got into him.
He absolutely did. As Pikus will clear with the 18 now in front of Owen Burrows. Looking to make some moves. Owen Burrows didn't qualify, by the way, but ran very strongly in practice. As showing that now, looks to the bottom of Kenneth Pikus. Will he be able to get the run off the corner? Yes, he will. Cutting down underneath the apron or getting down onto the apron, as Pikus will kind of just let him have the lane as
he gets some dirty air, allows Peter Smetana. He got no freaking run. CJ Clark trying to make a move.
Where is this at? Oh, yeah, CJ Clark looking underneath, trying to find some room. As Pierce Matana was sideways in the mid-corner. David Pedgel on the bottom, so he's still going after the incident, missing an entire front end on that car, by the way.
Cor McGillen making a move to the bottom.
As we will see here, yes, he does. McGillen.
Schuett up to third.
Yeah, Schuett is doing a splendid job right now. It has been a run of form for Brendan Schuett. He has looked strong over the last 2 to 3 weeks in every championship that he competes in. So, continuous improvements from the 09. Could we potentially see that last step towards victory today and see the 09 car into victory lane? Because right now, with the cars that were taken out in that last big crash, this is a perfect opportunity to do it.
Yes, it is. CJ Clark trying to push Kenny clear.
Is into the corner. 66 will have to give up a little bit of ground, but as well, CJ Clark also got past Pierce Matana moments ago. But
Matana
it will
makes
not
a move
last
back
long.
on him.
Yeah, it's not going to last long here. Pierce Matana looks to the bottom on the apron, gets right to his door, dives it in. Try to carry entry, or I guess backed up the corner here because he's going to get the run off the exit. Never mind. CJ Clark going to be able to carry much more speed. Kenneth Pikus
pass for the lead.
Here comes Culver McGillen to the bottom of Daniel Selway Jr. and Brendan Schuett trying to follow him behind. Culver McGillen doesn't have enough momentum on the bottom. He gets on the apron just a tad, and it's going to lose. The car's going to lose its stability on the bottom there, as Brendan Schuett also looking. McGillen had to take a bit of a tighter line on the apron to not lose the position, and Daniel Selway Jr. still trying to hold it around the outside. A beautiful battle for the lead right now here at Kansas, and McGillen will have to slot back in behind the 91. It's the battle of the 90s at the front.
Battle of the 9s. You got the 09 in third.
Oh, yeah, so Schuett still lurking in behind, and also do not write out Owen Burrows right there in fourth, as he's still very much hanging on to the back of this. Yeah, Kenneth Pikus able to get some moves done.
Clark trying to attack that 66.
I think Clark's going to have a much easier time making that move than Pikus did. Yes, he does. He's through.
Might be the American blood versus the Estonian. As the 18 makes a move on Schuett.
Owen Burrows. Schuett got past him earlier. And now looking to the bottom, does Burrows have the drive in the middle of the corner? Yes, he does. He gets right to him. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. Just trying to hang on to his door. These side drafts are going to work. Look at Pikus to the bottom, 3 wide. They're contact, banging doors down into turn 1. And they're still 3 wide in the mid-corner. Look at CJ Clark in the back of all this as well.
Probably looking at this, saying he wants nothing to do with it. As Schuett clears back up on top.
As he does. This gives a little bit of breathing room to the 91. Here comes McGillen to the bottom for the lead.
We also had a pass for the lead.
Yep, McGillen threw into the lead over Selway Jr. Could this be the day that McGillen gets victory? The points leader looking to extend his lead on Peter Smetana. He so desperately needs to do, as the gap between them is only 3 points. Smetana currently running further back off the leader here. Daniel Selway Jr. gets right to him. He gets on the bumper. McGillen defends to the inside. Selway to the outside. Into turn 3. Selway dives it to the middle.
He's going to use that side draft. It's really, really strong.
Woo-hoo! Getting sideways on the bottom was McGillen. I think Selway Jr. is getting a bit unsettled too. Selway Jr. around the outside, and he gets the move done. He's clear. What a move.
Oh, he's going to give air block to Kohler.
Burrows looking for a move on Schuett. Here comes
Schuett. Oh, way in the back. The 25 and the 69 make a little bit of contact. They got sideways off the corner.
So Pierce Matana, not what you want to hear for that 25 car, knowing that your points rival is currently kind of running away with it at the moment at the front. But it's not going to last long, as here comes the push from from Picus to CJ Clark to maybe get past Brennan Schuett. Schuett tries to turn into the corner, just can't get through.
Wait, hold on, I gotta complete a lap here, get some spots. I'll pull it back in.
As it does.
Let's
look
get a feel
like
for
Schuett
track
will clear.
conditions.
Well, the track conditions right now are 34 degrees Celsius as as Schuett was looking to the bottom of Owen Burrows as they go side by side down the tri-oval as into turn 1. Owen Burrows hangs it on the door of Brendan Schuett. They're racing like it's the last lap. Kenneth Picus gets a run on the outside of CJ Clark, and he'll clear that 4-car. He also might be able to get the spot on Brennan Schuett. This is just marvelous from these front runners right now. Peter Smetana also lurking in the back. Kenneth Picus on the outside is going to have the run off the corner. Brennan Schuett cuts down to the apron, try to minimize the distance around the track here to try and hold on to that position. It works well for him, but Picus will dive it into turn 1 on the outside, and he's going to clear before they even get to the exit of the corner. So great drive by Kenneth Picus right now. He ducks to the inside of Owen Burrows as well, and he will get that position. He's clear down to the turn 1. Brendan Schuett trying to follow suit and get the spot as well, and move back up into 4th ahead of Owen Burrows, who he was ahead of earlier just a few laps ago. Kenneth Picus having to defend to the inside. McGillen showing his nose to Daniel Selway Jr., and Selway Jr. does give a little bit of a defensive move to the inside and kind of cuts off that look by McGillen. Picus gets loose in the mid-corner, and then Owen Burrows trying to look back underneath. CJ Clark giving a little bit of a push to the 18, and down into turn 3. They're all still so bunched up, running so close together. Here comes Owen Burrows to the bottom. Picus on the outside trying to find momentum. He doesn't quite have it. Owen Burrows gets clear. He's back into 3rd. Sensational battles here at Kansas.
43 pitting this time. 43.
Drivers trying to do what they can. 43, that's Kean Fry coming to pit lane. He was leading earlier on off of the back of the caution. And so the front 3 have settled in a little bit. They're not making moves. McGillen just kind of calming down, just honing in on the that car. As right now, straight to the bottom, here comes McGillen. Look to the inside. There's also Brendan Schuett starting to get swarmed a little bit. Some of that pace may be falling off for the 09 as I can imagine was pushing those tires extremely hard. Hunter Winkler on the outside had a solid run going in Auto Club, and looking to have that going here on pace as he jumps to the outside. He will move up into 6th position if he can get this move done over on Brennan Schuett. Pierce Matana also lurking right in behind these two, trying to just slip by and pick up the pieces as they're 3 wide down the back straightaway. Pierce Matana comes up towards Brennan Schuett, and they got tight on the exit as Pierce Matana will jump through into P6 as things again still calming down as actually here comes Owen Burrows for P2. So a little bit of swapping around at the front, but McGillen fights back on the outside. He has the momentum. Will it be enough? Not quite. Owen Burrows just has the drive down the straightaway, gets a little bit of side draft, and will just pick up what spots he can here as he will get through that time. CJ Clark looking underneath Color McGillen now, as CJ Clark's still looking underneath. Can't quite find anything. He does get past Color McGillen, however. So some big moves here for the number 4 car. As Daniel Selway Jr. making moves as well, as Peter Smetana is pushing Kenneth Picus through by Color McGillen. Color McGillen is dropping like a stone. Here's the points lead battle right here. 3 points is all that separates them, and Peter Smetana does have to settle right in behind. And here down into turn 1, there's a lap car on the outside just trying to kind of stay out of the way as McGillen blinking
Sorry,
more and
Brendan, that
more
wasn't an
sporadically
attempt at a bump and run.
as the laps are going. Spatana looking back to the inside. Hunter Winkler also kind of lurking in behind this battle, trying to
mirror drive there.
do what he can.
Ironically, just had my best pit entrance, and I'm not even in the fucking race.
So Dylan Smith getting more experience in the car. Obviously, just testing, needing some data for the next race next week.
Yeah, it's
Clearly, as Pikas gets a push to CJ Clark down the back straightaway. And there's just a little bit of fighting here is, again, everyone just kind of remaining calm right now. Pikas not looking to get by.
I know who wants to not remain calm. It's Owen Burrows. He tried peeking there, couldn't get it done. The dirty air washes him up, gives CJ Clark a run. CJ Clark makes a move.
To the bottom goes CJ Clark on Owen Burrows, 18 on 4. And on the bottom, CJ Clark, will he get through? Not quite. There's a little bit of contact, I think, there.
Yeah, I am.
Just I do want to mention, I actually missed it. Hunter Winkler has passed Peter Smetana for P6. So a little bit of heat taken off of Color McGillen for now, but I can't imagine it's going to last long because Hunter Winkler is pushing.
What does Kenny do? He pushes CJ Clark, who pushes into the 18.
Pikas
They
got
do
the wall
nothing.
there, I think. Yeah, so kind of runs for nothing at the moment right now across the top 4. As it is allowing Daniel Selway Jr. to kind of just clear off a little bit and build a bit of an advantage. As CJ Clark does have a bit of momentum this time. Owen Burrows on the inside. CJ Clark on the outside. He's got the drive. Is he going to be able to clear him off the
3
exit?
wide!
Yes, he is 3 wide for P number 2.
He clears him.
Burrows, yes, he does. What a move by Kenneth Pikas down the back straightaway. As this allows Hunter Winkler and Peter Smetana to pick up spots. McGillen is falling back. What on earth has happened? Lap car getting involved in all of this. Hunter Winkler is looking for 3rd. CJ Clark, he was just bidding for 2nd just a moment ago. He'll wonder, how am I back to 4th and, could be under threat for 5th.
He'll especially wonder how that car is passing him as Kenny tries to race down the leader.
As he does. Here comes Peter Smetana. Paddle for the points lead right by in the back there. McGillen dives to the outside. Smetana to the inside. McGillen's going to try to drive off the corner, get the run, crossover underneath. Smetana gives them the block.
I will say that 25 has been blocking like that all race since lap 1.
Well, clearly showing that it's not exactly a points thing. It's a defending position thing, as McGillen almost had his nose taken off by the 24 car,
The
or the
door
25
was
car.
slammed shut. A shoot is
McGillen,
also falling to the back of this pack.
Oh, no. They are, they are racing hard.
coming through.
Halfway through the race here. Now it's kind of, I think, when you start to get the gloves off, you start to get the elbows out. McGillen has another look up the inside, but Smetana just takes that arcing line and just cuts the air off of the nose of that 97 car.
Oh, the battle
here
for the
comes Pikas
lead.
for the lead. Daniel Selway Jr. lost the lead. Here comes CJ Clark. It must have been a mistake from the 91.
Yeah, they got a quick look at this.
Daniel Selway Jr. losing positions, dropping like a stone in water.
Dang it,
He's down to 4th. He's going to be down to 5th.
Good to be back.
He got into the wall off the turn, too, and that ruined his momentum.
Man. Could be some potential damage here, or maybe not. He's
That's
already
the
looking to
18.
challenge back for 3rd. 18 of Owen Burrows looking up the inside now for 3rd to round out that podium spot. As
91.
Daniel Selway Jr. looking to cover what he can from what he just lost. Gets a little loose, touches the apron, and Hunter Winkler will hold that position. Driver's getting very
His
upset.
tempers
at
are
something.
flaring late in this race.
Someone's getting sent to pit road, according to whoever that was. Daniel Selway Jr. does have to slot back in behind Hunter Winkler.
It was Peter Smetana. He pits. That's the first of the people in the front pack.
Never said anything coming to that.
That could be huge.
Christ. Almost wrecked us.
Oh, Daniel
could be
Selway.
huge.
He's going to be pitting. He's pitting in.
Oh!
We got pitters. The cycle has begun.
So this is
He
it. Could
pulls
this
in.
be Could this be the call? The trigger's pulled, and it is loaded. Owen Burrows. Oh, there's a car spinning in the background. Landon Norris is able to get it going. His car's entering
Yeah,
pit
Landon
road very
Norris had
slowly.
just came out the pit road. Landon
Maybe dealing with
Norris.
cold tires. And David Pedgel's still very much off the pace. Commendable for still running despite,
He, guys, and Clark pull away from the rest.
tragedy. Yeah, they are doing what they can. I'm interested to see what that tire. Oh, Owen Burrows.
This time around, Ginzo.
Is he going to get into the back of the 6?
This time.
What in the
Wow.
world?
Let's get a
Hitting the
rewind on what the heck happened just there.
Yeah, I'm
Pitting
not
this time.
entirely sure. CJ Clark.
The 6
it
was
is-
pitting and just
Don't
showing frustrations with the 18. It looked like he kind of just turned into him and kept doing it.
69 this time.
Bit
But his
odd
right front
there.
wheel also looks like it's lifted up. I can't tell.
Oh,
if that was
no!
signs.
Update from race control. Daniel Selway Jr. has a speeding penalty on
Oh!
pit road.
I had an atrociously slow entry.
That was your race leader.
Yeah, I did not practice it.
Or not race leader, but that was someone who was battling for the lead. Daniel Selway Jr.
Well, actually, no, I didn't.
having
He's
such
into
a
the
strong
wall.
run.
And then he speeds back to back. Devastating mistakes.
Unbelievable. Shuett also speeds. A good run ended for the 09.
Yeah.
Oh, Kenneth Peak is almost... He overshoots his box. He has to back up in his stall.
Oh, that could.
Can we get an investigation on pit road, please, Ice? This guy just tried to pit
Could
5
that
boxes
be
early and wrecked me in
A
my stall.
deciding
Fucking
factor
ruined my race.
in this as... something going on between Owen... I think that was from Owen Burrows and the 6. I'm not
Winkley
entirely
Literally,
sure.
it went in like 10 boxes early, and it straight up spun me out. What was bullshit?
Oh, Hunter Winkler. Okay, so... I'm not sure what happened between 69 and someone else. I'm not entirely sure.
Well, it kind of looks like Winkler Shuett was running the bottom lane of pit road despite his stall not being nearby, and Winkler had to turn himself, and it took him a while to settle into his stall. That is a lot of time right there. Holy. Looks more like a racing incident, but the flares, the frustrations are going to show.
They absolutely will, and I can't imagine, I can't imagine being calm right now. I mean, these were the money stops. These were supposedly, off of what we've seen today, these were the last pit stops that these drivers are going to have to make today. Like that.
Kenny
that's
lost
it.
a lot of time.
I imagine that's probably from missing the pit stall a little bit.
As Peter Smetana has a multiple second lead on everybody else.
Yeah, so I'm going to say that's probably in play, the strategy. Smetana saw
Three-car battle
everyone
for 4.
bunched up and decided to pit early to try and build the gap, and he's done
Ooh.
exactly that. That's what one lap can do for you.
Dagan Rokon and Kohler McGillen working together to get past the 43 to move in the 4th and 5th, respectively.
I imagine that you have to work with each other right now, because if you want to run down Peter Smetana, what choice do you have? I would say is the right approach to carry. But right now, drivers
Owen
doing
lost
what
a bunch
they
of
can.
times. CJ Clark flies past him for second.
Oh.
I mean, Owen was a second ahead just a few laps ago, at least.
So maybe a mistake coming out of the 18. As now, could the chase be on CJ Clark versus Peter Smetana?
Clark looking to get some more points. He is a back-to-back 2-time ARCA HRL champion. He's trying to go 3 in a row here. A win would help him big. He's already won once earlier this season at Atlanta after a chaotic restart to end the race.
Certainly. He is 17 points back off the points leader of Kohler McGillen, and right now the gains would be essentially gain on McGillen, the points leader, lose to Smetana, and right now, off of what we have, it would be Smetana points leader, McGillen second, and CJ Clark still third. But the gaps will be much smaller across the front, as Smetana is really just doing what he needs to continue leading. The gap 2.9 seconds. Burrows 3.9, McGillen 6.4, and Dagan Roca 6.8. So, yeah, we'll see how this plays out. Interested to see, obviously, if tires are going to become a big factor. Also, the potential of them needing to pit again.
There was 40 plus laps of fuel. I wouldn't think they need to pit for fuel again, but tires, if a caution comes out, you definitely want. About 15 laps into my run, my tires were about 10% worn. Who knows how bad they get after 30, 40 laps.
There's no definitive way to judge because, I mean, the conditions change over the course of the race. The track cools down, and, you know, with the cooling track and obviously the cautions that come in as well, you get chances to cool off your tires and kind of, you know, extend their life cycle.
Refire.
But we're getting reports that drivers were kind of commenting on 34 to 40 pit run stints. So maybe they will have to pit again. Uncertain. Can't say for sure. But it should be an interesting battle to watch nonetheless. As Landon Norris is for position. With Bellevue.
We'll say they all kind of pitted a little earlier than I expected. That it's going to be really, really tight on fuel when I look at it.
So some may be trying to save. So maybe the Smetana early pit will come back to haunt him, as he has stretched the gap out to Clark by about 4/10 since we last checked. So
as Owen continues to lose time.
Yeah, not sure what's happened to.
Maybe he's heavily conserving fuel. Not sure. Or maybe he got some damage.
Potentially, maybe the door banging in pit road with the 6.
Wheel damage. It's not hard to get it. I didn't feel like I made that much contact in my wreck, but that was whole 10 minutes. These cars are pretty sensitive to damage. Especially wheel damage.
Yes, they are. We saw, I mean, a big instance, I think, was... Never mind, I was thinking of the Cup Series, so throw that out the window, I apologize. As Soa Jr. trying to just make up what ground he can after critical mistakes earlier on in this race. A full lap down. Soa Jr.
Gary Wright returning to pit road. He's multiple laps down.
So probably off sequence for the 13. Dagan Roca and Colin McGillen still working together to try to gain times. They're actually on the back of Owen Burrows.
They've gained multiple seconds, or not multiple seconds, but they have gained quite some time. Last I checked, they were 6.5 back, and now they are 5.8 and 6.1 respectively. Another 10th gain.
Could this be a shaping up battle? I wonder just now.
Oh. And CJ Clark has also gained 4/10.
I wonder if they'll pit early this time, if they have to pit again.
Yes, the other CJ is out.
Try and undercut Peter Smetana, the same basically reverse of what he did to them. That's obviously heavily dependent on, you know, where the gap is. It's also now 5.3 and 5.6. It's under 6 seconds for both Roca and McGillen. As I think McGillen gained, 3/10 that last lap. So, yeah, not entirely sure. Is Keaton Fry kind of just hang on. I think on older tires and most drivers around him, as I think he just got passed by Kenneth Picas. So,
I think he was one of the earlier pitters. As he went off sequence at the very beginning of the race, stayed out under the first yellow, immediately putting himself off sequence for the rest of the field.
We will see. If it works.
Oh, shoot.
as right
I
now,
tried to slow as much as
Burrows just trying to hang on. Daganroka has fallen back a little bit off of McGillen, so those two kind of split up, not able to work with each other. Michael Deach running the outside, trying to, I think, just hang on to the car here. I'm not sure if this is also for position.
He is god at iRacing.
Oh, Shuit passed for position there on Michael Deach. You have more cars coming through now. Deach just dropping like
I'm
a
like
rock right now.
IR less than he is.
As Keaton Fry would be next up for that group. As Landon Norris side drafting
chit-chat
straight away.
in the race.
As
It's a real
Isaac
awkward
Kerr
situation
in
with
positions
gas.
as
I'm only 5
Bellevue
laps forward, but
can
I ran half
Those-
throttle for like a whole
We're
We're
lap.
getting reports that CJ Clark is 5 laps short.
All out.
Oh! So consider that
I'll give you as much draft as I can.
as well, hang on, I'll come back to that in just a moment. This is a great battle between 3 cars. Isaac Kerr, Landon Norris, and Joshua Bellevue, who is trying to hang on to positions as Bellevue just can't quite hang on down the straightaway. As Landon Norris now looking to the outside of Isaac Kerr. Not great runs for either of these 3 drivers today, but they are kind of just... They are getting out of it what they can. As here comes Landon Norris to the outside. He will not get clear. Down the straightaway he might, however. No side drafting seen here. As Landon Norris for the position. Michael Deach as well. Up at the front. Not for position there.
Who is that? Show me the number.
Pitting in,
As
going on the top.
Norris clears over Isaac Kerr. We have a car pitting in. I'm not sure who it is.
I wonder, I would consider undercutting here. There
Yeah,
could be a
absolutely.
caution, but I think it is worth the risk, especially if you're in the back half of the top 10. You might be able to ink out the top 5 here if you undercut them enough with 2 little laps left for the other people to catch back up.
I mean, you have to think, the gap that Smetana has right now, like, let's take the people that pit just 1 lap after Smetana, and that was CJ Clark. In 1 lap, he built like a 3-second gap. I think the exact gap was 2.9.
It makes me wonder what
off
people
1
like
lap.
Kenny Picas are going to do about this. Because they pit the same lap as CJ Clark, but they lost a ton of time. Well, they try and undercut to regain what they had, or were they trying to save to the end? 5 laps is a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can save that at a track like
No.
Kansas. You borderline be having
43
to
pitting
run
this
like
lap.
30 to
With
40% throttle
with
for
a
the rest
package
of
like
the
this, 43 will be the first pitter. He is on that
Yeah,
off-sequence
right. He's the
strategy.
earliest,
He will be
yeah.
undercutting everybody.
Yeah, so this... Well, we saw where it put him. It put him around P4, I think it was, before
Yes,
people
it
started
was.
passing him. So this could be huge for the 43, Kean Fry.
He went off sequence early, and it seems to be paying off.
Absolutely, that's part of strategy. That's the things we love to see. Drivers doing different, and then it working out for them. That's
It's
just
hard.
it's very hard to see.
Definitely hard to save fuel with
came out
how much throttle time is being used on these cars in this track.
Not to mention the fact that, you know, you're simultaneously, if you're going to try to save, you still have to catch to the car in front. So now at this point, I would just be hoping that everyone else is saving, and then you go 100% yourself.
Did
And just hope that
Dagan
you
run
gain
into
time
an
like
issue, or is his tires falling off, or is he saving? Because he has disconnected from Kohler McGillen by quite some time.
that. Yeah, this has admittedly been something that's been going on for a few laps now. He just spaced out from McGillen, and I'm not entirely sure what it was.
If I had to guess, running directly behind Kohler McGillen and these cars with that kind of air isn't the smartest strategy for tires.
Most certainly not. So
I
as I can
have-
imagine, those tires were getting a little screamy.
I've tried that strat before. It doesn't exactly pay off.
As Brendan Shuit as well. Was Shuit one of the cars that's already pit or no? I'm not entirely certain.
He had a speeding penalty or something earlier.
Yeah,
So
he had
maybe
the
that's
speeding
why he's a
penalty,
lap
so-
down.
Well, I know he had the speeding penalty. That's why he's a lap down. I just wonder if he pit early to make up the differences. We just had confirmation. No, he is not. So
Landon Norris, another driver that was on the lead lap, tail end of it, has pitted.
Alright, 69 this time.
Might be able to, oh,
See.
69. Hunter Winkler, another top 10 runner, got a pit.
Could this be it? He's the closest so far to pit, or the closest to Smetana to pit so far. So could this be? This is interesting to see. As Petrol on the bottom, Hunter Winkler wants to come down pit road. This could get messy. I think he just had to abandon that because Petrol was on his inside.
Yes.
This could get interesting. Daniel Soe Jr. Look at the tires right there.
There's no background.
As
Hearing things.
Daniel Selway Jr.
Hit again.
does clear Hunter Winkler. As Winkler will be able to pit this time now that he doesn't have a David Pedgel on his inside.
Kohler McGillen,
McGillen
top
in, yeah.
5. He's in 4th.
That's the call.
5.2 seconds back.
I think that's going to be the one that does it. I think that's going to be the driver that calls Smetana in pretty much. That's the trigger. Smetana's already past pit road. So that's a huge part. McGillen called it, and he has the gap that he can call himself to pit road, come down, get tires, get fuel, and Smetana cannot follow him in. So that could be the undercut. And depending on how long the front runners go, who knows?
If they run another 10 laps, Kohler McGillen could be in position here to
To win
benefit
this race,
greatly.
But, I mean, he'd have to hang on to the tires at least. But CJ Clark also coming down pit
Oh, the
road.
leader's
Yep, so
pitting
there it is.
now.
Yep, so that's the call that changed it all as CJ Clark, Peter Smetana, both down pit road after the
Owen
call from
Burrows
McGillen.
stays
They
out.
know that it's not worth going around anymore. Owen Burrows trying to maybe tough it out, maybe hope for a caution to help him, or maybe he's trying to save.
Like we pointed out earlier, that could be a possibility. He did lose a lot of time early in the run.
If we could get an onboard, like driver's POV, to listen to his throttle input entering the corners, we will find out. Listen to the throttle and look at the RPMs climb.
If the cameraman could do this.
No, nothing. Not saving at all. He's full push. So he's maybe trying to go for the overcut, take the less time spent on cold tires. There's also the possibility of people not pitting for fuel. Kenneth Pikus in the background. Is this for position? Here's
Not
Kohler
pitting for
McGillen.
tires.
Smetana down the straightaway. McGillen, the points leaders, are right with each other. McGillen with the one lap undercut, and look what it does.
It gained 5 seconds, and there's only 1 lap difference.
That is unbelievable. Or maybe, hang on.
Did he take rights only, perhaps?
Potentially, I was going to say, did he even take tires?
I think you had to take tires.
Surely you do, but...
Right
5 second
sides.
gap. Smetana only gained 3 seconds undercutting with CJ
Let me
Clark.
see if I can get an in-race report.
Yeah, we gotta know what has gone on here, because that is a lot of time for McGillen to make up. No less, he's looking for the lead now. McGillen right on the back of Peter Smetana, and he's got the slipstream down the straightaway. He is going to look every which way he can.
Confirm from my source that Kohler McGillen did indeed take right sides only.
That would make sense. And that would lead me to believe that Smetana took 4. Because you can see Smetana just edging out a little bit of a gap now. So
But they're in the
11
air.
laps to go.
Not helping Kohler McGillen's case, but he's there.
Owen Burrows, he went the longest, did he not?
By a couple laps. I think he pitted 2 laps later. Kenny has yet to pit. He had that issue. Maybe he really was saving all that much.
Wait. Is that right? Has Owen Burrows cycled out to the lead? Is that right?
He must have taken their tires only.
You had to have. I mean, look at the difference in the speed through the
Yeah.
corners. So that's
definitely
the
taking
move
their
for the
tires.
lead there. Smetana moves through. I didn't even realize. I thought Owen Burrows was just hanging it out. That's why he wasn't saving.
And don't forget, Peter Smetana is not in the lead. This is the hypothetical battle for the win. If yeah, that's the guy. Joshua in second. He pits. There are still Alan Thrasher has yet to pit. Isaac Herr has yet to pit. And Kenny Piquez has yet to pit. Those guys remain.
There's 9 to go.
20 something seconds, 27 seconds ahead of the rest of the field.
This, I just question how much can you save, and I hate to do it again, but could we potentially get the onboard from Kenneth Pikus to hear the throttle inputs entering turn 1 and just see or hear? See, the RPMs are lower, I think, there by that point than they were otherwise. Taking the shortest line, so I will quiet down and listen in. Not really.
Oh, when he gets to the
On the
wall,
wall.
I think that shows how he's pushing it.
Yeah, I can't imagine you'd really be touching the wall if you're trying to save tires. But as you can see there, Kenneth Pikus not saving, but does he have enough? Surely not. Unless he saved early on in the stint, knowing that this will be the situation that they come into.
He's only losing about a
Getting this
second a
time.
lap. Oh, no, well.
Oh, man.
Yes, I was thinking. Kenny Pikas reports he is pitting this time.
Wolf, you
So
were
that-
supposed to battle him.
That shies away the battle then for the lead. So Kenneth Pikus'
Team
bid
orders.
for the win is over. As
Isaac Herr has yet to pit, though.
still
As
going.
he saved.
Wait for
He
the
was
last
quite
calls.
far back.
Yeah, he was, and he doesn't have as much of a gap as Pikus did to play with. So this is,
If he can make it, it will come down to the wire.
it definitely will. We'll see when it when the leaderboard cycles over. We'll see. Her to Smetana, it's 5.5 seconds. He is saving hard,
He is trying. Even if he doesn't make it,
trying to take the slipstream as much as he can.
I just got a black flag warning. Who just ran into me on pit road?
He's 300 RPM underneath what they were running before. So that indicates huge saving. Isaac Herr is trying to go to the end. And Peter Smetana wants to deny that. You can see them. They're within the same shot. There's 4
5
laps
seconds.
to go. Isaac Herr, what do you have to
Looking
pull
for
off
his
a
first win.
miracle? He won in... Or no, he didn't. I was thinking of Phoenix. That's Christian Urquhart. It's Isaac Herr.
Oh, the
Winless.
60. Okay, I thought the 69 was going to turn himself. He's clear.
30 starts for Isaac Herr with no success to show for it. The gap that time by 4.6, it was only 3.5 tenths. Smetana not closing as rapidly as estimated. Isaac
Wow.
Herr doing what he can. You've just got to keep the pace slightly below the minimum and take care of the car. There's 3 to go. There's 3 laps. More
He's
so.
going to use the
standing
draft
between
from
her.
the cars in front of him to try and maintain some pace.
Yes, he will. There's a lot of cars. There's big battles going on up front. Brendan Schuett and Winkler getting into it in the corner as there's 2 laps to go. Isaac Herr trying to do the impossible and save enough fuel, which didn't seem doable. I mean, some of the best drivers in the league couldn't manage to do it. So now Isaac Herr is trying to deny them. 1 lap to go. Isaac Herr still leads. White flag in HRL from Kansas. Here in ARCA, we have been treated to a brilliant race
Wow,
here
don't wait.
today on the intermediates. Isaac Herr using the draft down the back straightaway, dives into turn 3 for the final time. 30 starts with no success. That streak ends today. Isaac Herr at a turn 4 has the push. He's out of fuel. Wins in Kansas. Unbelievable. He gets turned to the line.
Pass inspection. The illegal fuel tank is destroyed.
Unbelievable for Isaac Herr. A first win in HRL. The 53 will take victory in Kansas and is completely out of fuel. And if
Wow.
looking at the line, we'll see the gap when it ticks
There's
over.
a lot of
They're trading
helpers.
yeah,
Did
they
he run out of gas?
plenty of support to the 53.
He saved
Yeah, he barely made it.
the precise ounce he needed to make it to the end.
What
I
a
ran out.
As
what
you
a
can see, the
drive!
whole field coming to his aid.
Good win.
Unbelievable.
Good win, man. Way to keep that gas
I mean,
going.
you can't make that up.
I appreciate it.
Isaac Kerr, who we hadn't talked about
Good win,
almost
53,
at
good
all
win.
today, saves
Yeah, good call, bro. That was smart.
the exact
Good job.
amount of fuel needed to win
No burnout,
this
guys. I'm
race.
completely out.
Look at the race
I'm 100%
interval.
out of gas.
He ran out and he won by 6
I'm
tenths.
gonna need some help. I'm gonna need some help doing some burnouts. 'Cause,
He was
I
getting
can't
pushed
do anything.
across the line by, I
That
think it was
is-
Brennan Schuett.
He must
was
have
out
ran
of
out
fuel
on
out
the
of
back
4.
stretch if he lost 5 seconds.
I mean, just kick the clutch in and just drive. That's all he could do.
Oh,
He gets
the
a help from
burnout
Ronald Suarez
assist.
to get some burnout.
Assisted living.
There you can see some help from Kenneth Piquez as
They're
everyone
doing
tries
burnouts
to come to
for
his
him.
aid.
For me.
They're doing burnouts for the 53. That is going to be a special moment for Isaac Kerr. Support all around him. And a brilliant drive. A great strategy call from the number 53. Everyone's coming in to celebrate. Here comes Kean Fry as well. Ronan Suarez.
This is going to
Kenneth
be a
Piquez,
popular
Colin
win.
McGillen. Yes, it will. Isaac Kerr. I said it once. I'll say it again. I can't iterate it enough. 30 starts.
Oh, 9, if you're still here, I would get fucking suspended.
And
or
that's
something
what
for
it
that.
took
I can't believe
to
you did that.
see the checkered flag as the leader. What a drive by Isaac Kerr, getting celebrated with by 3 more cars all together. Isaac Kerr's front right is destroyed,
Oh.
by the way.
Kenny Piquez blows the motor. I heard that.
Some love being shown. I imagine that motor won't last very long on Kean Fry either. There it goes.
Unreal.
race.
Impressive.
Yeah,
Extremely impressive.
Beautiful strategy call. I mean, that's the stuff that, you know, you always can be happy to experience.
This is what
something like
HRL
that.
ARCA is all about. He runs
These-
full-time in Cup, but doesn't typically compete.
He'll
And how
have
he gets
his
to-
moment in the sun.
Yes, he does.
And it couldn't come from a better time. Isaac Kerr.
A fellow Bowman fan, good job!
Isaac Kerr.
Oh my
Listen,
goodness. Oh my
we-
gosh.
Admittedly, we didn't see you a whole lot up at the front for most of the race. But it doesn't matter when you can shine through at the perfect moment. What are the emotions running through right now as you claim your first victory in HRL?
Well, right now I'm trying to get feeling back in my hands because that entire final 10 laps was just me shaking. Because I knew everybody else around me was running out of gas because I was just watching everybody drop like flies and just gaining positions. I mean, the beginning of that fuel run, I was already saving. I think everybody around me was 5 laps short when everybody took fuel. So that entire final run, I just, I was just saving gas from the very start as I figure out that this track doesn't have an infield. But yeah, I was just saving from the very start of the fuel run, and just slowly watched everybody drop like flies around me. And man, just I can't believe it. I can't believe that I won a freaking HRL race, an ARCA HRL race. I can't believe it. You know, just being forgettable in the midfield is pretty much like every single race. So as soon as I knew that I was in the top 10, I'm like, I might have a chance at this.
Well,
That is a
certainly
good
not going to be
feeling to
forgettable
have.
now.
We have all been there. When exactly did you run out of fuel?
I ran out of fuel exiting turn 4. I ran out of gas completely. And I was coasting, clutching, just praying that Peter Smetana, who,
He's right there
dominated
in the
this race.
background.
he was right there. I saw him getting closer in my mirror, and I was like, at that point, like I don't even know if like I was holding the steering wheel anymore. I was like pretty sure I had my hands up praying. I'm pretty sure.
I just
absolutely
imagine
hoping.
the guy in the car praying to his Lord Donald Trump.
Dude, I just can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Well, you're gonna have to believe it because you are a HRL race winner on a Hail Mary strategy call. Absolutely,
Tell me that.
great
Tell
call.
me again. Tell me again. It's still not processing. It's still not processing in my brain.
I can't
I won this
imagine
race.
it'll process for a while. You'll have plenty of time to sit on this and let it sink in that you have won an HRL race. It took 30 starts to do it. But all of that does not matter now because you have a number besides 0 in the win column now. That is all that matters. There is a win in the stat sheet with Isaac Herr's name next to it. So what a race. Dylan Smith, do you have any more questions?
You just got to soak it in, man. Soak it in and absorb it for the next hour before you switch your mindset to the cup race that I expect you to be running.
Yeah, I'm gonna be running midfield the entire cup race, but man, I'm gonna be real happy.
Yeah, I've seen you. You have improved greatly this season. I think all of our expectations are adjusting to have you higher up in the pecking order.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I hope this brings me up the power rankings because I'm used to being around that 13th to 15th range. So,
well, I'm certain it will. So, what an incredible race, Isaac Herr! Congratulations. This has been just phenomenal. This
Fantastic journey.
This is
Thank
what
you,
HRL
guys.
ARCA is.
Don't
about.
forget the ones who got you there. I gave you free iRacing. Don't forget the ones.
And this one, yeah, this win goes out to a lot of people, but this one also goes out to you. This one goes out to you, Dylan Smith.
Let's go.
Friggin' I wouldn't be here. I would not be here if I did not get a free iRacing subscription. So,
well,
maybe I got to get your name on the car at some point.
that would be the tribute to everyone that was in the race. That's your next livery for ARCA. Is everyone that was in that race for your win now has their name on the car.
Phenomenal win.
What a win. What a race. It was great from flag to flag. Really enjoyable. But that is not all we have for today. Join us back in a little over an hour at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for what will be Auto Club. We went there last weekend, ARCA, and that race was energetic. We look to have the same thing now. This has been HRL from Kansas in the ARCA Championship. We will see you back for ARCA next week at Michigan, but we'll be back in just